Good evening, friends. Good evening. Good evening, Preeti ma'am, Satya ma'am, Pratipa ma'am, Yasreen ma'am, Rupa, Praveena, Priya, Pavani, Usha, Jaspreet. Good evening. So, welcome you all to the UGC NET Paper 1 preparation at Unify Study. I'm very happy to take you class on UGC NET Paper 1. I hope I'll be helpful to you to score better score in your UGC NET Paper 1. So I introduce myself as I'm Tulasi. I've cleared my NET exam 2 times. One time I've cleared JRF, another time I've cleared my NET exam, and I have 12 years of teaching experience. So coming into the content, so here we are all for how to prepare paper 1 to score to have a better score. So in paper 1 we have 50 questions, and in 50 questions we are supposed to score of a general category 40 percentage plus, and for other categories 35 percentage plus, right? So we'll get into the concept. In UGC NET paper 1 we have 10 different topics as we have in paper 2, right? So in paper 2 we have 10 units. Similarly in paper 1 we have 10 units. So how we are going to prepare, what mistakes we do in our exams, why some people leave the paper 1 for light, but when you want to score high, we are supposed to focus as equal to paper 2 on paper 1. So I have categorized the paper 1 as 3 topics: theory based, conceptual based, and practice based. So see, there are some topics which need less time. Less time is enough to prepare the content, and when we keep on revising the content, we will be able to understand. There are some topics where we have to sit and read and understand for a long time, and some cases it may be very dynamic. It will keep on changing. But there are some topics we have to have a regular pace of practicing. So on these concepts I have categorized theory, conceptual, and practiced. See, on theory based we have some topics like teaching aptitude, research aptitude, ICT, and communication. ICT few are theory based, and there are very few topics which we have to update, like for agencies, some kind of agency which comes under the ministry, we have to it will be dynamic, but many things are said to be static, right? So under teaching aptitude, research aptitude, ICT, communication, and all, if we prepare the concept, understand the concept, and then when we revise it properly, we can get it. Yes. Which topic you feel very easy under theory based topics, which I have given, right? Teaching, research, ICT, communication. Please put it in your chat box so that I can interact. Under theory based topics, which topics you feel very easy? Let me start with easy topic. I'm waiting for your message. Okay. Which topic you feel easy? Guys, there is a slight delay. So when I tell, it will be coming to you in a delay, with a delay time. Please bear it. Okay. So when I move to conceptual based topics, right? Conceptual based topics are logical reasoning, mathematical reasoning. We need keep on practicing. We need to know the concept. PDE, the most dynamic and ever changing, and we have to keep on updating the years, protocols, policies, committees, conferences, all these stuffs we have to remember. It's a huge area. And when I take higher education, that is also said to be for higher education. We no need to worry because there are few areas which you need to focus. It will be very interesting too. According to me, I love higher education because here we will be looking after the ancient education system and current education system, pre-independence, post-independence. All these things will be covered under higher education. If you go for the government websites, right? Government websites are the source for all these things. That is more than enough to prepare content for higher education. Nothing more than that it is required for higher education. For higher education, we are required only with government websites. Ma'am, your slides are not clear. Please kindly increase your resolution. So that will be easy. It will be easy. Okay. There are many messages. Very good. Teaching easy, communication, ICT, research, higher education, TA. TA is the most easiest one, right? TA is the most easiest one. Why teaching aptitude is very easy means as we are all teachers, right? So when we attend a question, we have set a mood in as I am a teacher, right? We have to attend a question as I am a teacher. So when you have a mindset of as a teacher, then definitely you will make a right answer. There are some questions, right, like learner characteristics. There are some questions like teacher characteristics. So when these kind of questions if comes means, what we can do is we can think as a teacher's perspective, we can think in a learner's perspective, so that we can easily get the answers right. Clear? Okay. Then when we move to other topics like which website, ma'am? Website with respect to UGC website, when you go for NIRF, all kinds of government websites. When I go to UGC, inside UGC, all the websites will be connected like Swayam Prabha, NIRF, NAC, all the things will be there inside UGC. So for higher education, when I want to know about the policies, when I want to know about the ministries, that UGC website alone is enough to cover all these stuff, right? ICT is easy for computer science students, but there is one small thing inside ICT. What is? We will leave some kind of basic things under ICT that we are supposed to keep in consideration, like about memory. Memory is all the basic concepts of memory has to be revised, has to be known, so that it will be very easy. Okay, right. So when we move to conceptual area, what we are supposed to do is we are supposed to learn the concept. Without knowing the concept, it will be hard for a student to touch the topic. Your question will be very simple, but without knowing the concept, it will be difficult for us to understand. And the next most important area which requires more practice, that is going to be your data interpretation area and reading comprehension. Data interpretation area and reading comprehension. See, as of now, as of today, we have 75 days more. Okay, have 75 days more. What should we have to do is daily 1 DI, 1 RC should be your tablet to get 20 marks. To get sure shot 20 marks. Have it as a slogan, right? Many people may have a regular habit of doing prayer or doing exercise or doing some regular activity. Such kind thing we have to do in the UGC NET paper 1. We have to do 1 day 1 DI, 1 day 1 DI and 1 day 1 RC. 1 day 1 RC. I will tell you how to handle DI, how to do DI, how to approach DI. Right? For RC also I will tell you how to handle. As we are good with English, right? We are good with English. I will tell you how to handle RC. Okay? So it has to be a slogan, 1 day 1 DI, 1 day 1 RC. So just imagine at the end of 75 days you will be good with all different varieties of DIs, and you'll be having a good understanding of reading comprehension, right? So this should be a slogan. So these area which gives you 20 must marks, 20 must marks. RC tricks is we have to understand the concept, as we will see now. I will tell you how in every topic what are all the important things. I will tell you in the upcoming slides. Okay, right. Next. So we will see in each topic like teaching, research, all the 10, which important topics that we have to cover. As I said more, as per ma'am's slogan, less is more. Less is more. See, I am not, what is that? This is the best thing which we can learn. All covering all the concepts, covering all the things. It's not possible to do, right? So when we know there are some things, short questions will come those areas, so we can get, right? So under teaching aptitude, these are the things under latest pattern. Underline that the latest pattern, these are the questions we are getting. Under the characteristics of teaching, can anybody tell me what is CAP under teaching? Can anybody tell me what is CAP? This is a mnemonic. Okay, this is a mnemonic. Under teaching, there is a concept called CAP. Can you please tell me what is CAP? CAP. I'll give you a clue. It comes under Bloom's taxonomy. Now, can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Now, can anybody tell me? CAP. CAP. Cognitive. Very good. Cognitive. What about A? What about P? Affective. Super. Affective. Third one. What is third one? Psychomotor. Super, ma'am. Super. Very good. This is CAP. Cognitive. Head, heart, and your hand. Head, heart, and your hand. Very good. Super. So under Bloom's taxonomy, we are getting question. All the philosophies we are getting questions, right? Skinner, behavioristic theory, cognitivistic theory, constructivist theory, all learning theories we are supposed to cover, right? Not all learning theories, just it's enough when we learn what are the learning theories proposing, who proposed that learning theory, what is there inside the learning theory, that is enough. We no need to mug up, we no need to tamper head, nothing needed, right? It is just enough to understand, okay, these are all the theories proposed by these persons, and we have to cover all these concepts. It's more than enough, right? So we have to concentrate on the learning theories, right, with the philosopher's name, what they proposed, and then see the direct teaching, indirect teaching, and traditional teaching support, what they did in traditional method like chalk and talk and those things, and online teaching method. So traditional teaching versus modern day teaching. So modern day teaching, that we have to concentrate. Okay, so we have to go with say some examples of modern day teaching. Can you please tell me anything for modern day teaching? Modern day teaching support system. Any modern day teaching support system, can you tell me? Modern day teaching support system. Online class. Please, those whose screen is blurred, please increase your resolution of your screen. Smart classroom, flipped classroom, very good. Flipped classroom, blended classroom, flipped classroom, very good. Flipped classroom. And we are supposed to be aware of Moodle, and we are supposed to be aware of LMS, Learning Management System, Moodle, right? So all these kinds of new modern updates we have to be updated, right? Smart board, e-seminar. Okay, when we teach, right, when we teach, how we teach, usually in traditional method we teach in a way, but in the modern system we use digitalization to teach students, right? So we are supposed to be aware of all those things. Then evaluation. What kind of evaluation we have read is, we have studied placement, diagnostic, formative and summative, right? But this time I have gone through 2 questions under a topic of ispative, ispative, ispative assessment and authentic assessment. Authentic assessment. See, the people are getting more, the NTA is getting more into the concepts, more into the concepts. These are all the modern, it's not modern, there is there already in the evaluation method, but now they have gone more into it. We will be focusing on the 4, right? They have got more into it. Ispative, authentic. We will see when we go into the classes, right? Okay, very good. So, and then methods of teaching. We have the methods have been changed compared to the traditional method. So, this latest pattern, these are all the areas the questions has been covered. Okay, right. Next when we move to research aptitude. So, as for research aptitude, usually we used to cover the type, what is the research, the characteristics of research, qualitative, quantitative, those things. But recent 2 years, right, 2 exams, they focus on the statistics part. They focus on the statistics part of the research. Definitely one question is coming from the statistic part. One question is coming from the statistics part. Hypothesis testing, t-test, z-test, right? And then we have questions from parametric test. We have questions from parametric, non-parametric, and the types of parametric tests that we have. All these types of questions are coming under this topic. Definitely one question is coming, either in form of statement based question is coming, or it sometimes in form of match the following it's coming, right? What kind for ZT type of test, what will be the population? Z test, what will be the population? So such kind of questions are coming, right? And we have questions from qualitative and quantitative. Very most repeated question that we have under research aptitude. For all the units are most probably covering 5 questions without any. Some cases it may go to 4, that's all. Under 4 it is not at all going, right? So we are supposed to focus on all the unit equally, but there are some sure short questions will come. Such kind of topics is this: statistics, hypothesis testing, qualitative research, methods of research, very very important. There are some 20 types, right? When we cover these 20 types, when we understand all the concepts, everything will be okay, right? Everything will be okay. And then they are asking questions from research ethics nowadays. They are talking about plagiarism, right? They are talking about plagiarism and the tools used for plagiarism. Recent times they are asking questions in tools used for plagiarism. So we are supposed to be aware of those things, right? And when we move to communication, communication is the topic where there are sure short questions, 2 to 3 questions we can answer, but that 1 to 2 questions, when we are very strong in communication, that is language, right? In that cases we can crack it off, right? So this is also, communication is also sometimes of concept based, and also when we theoretically understood the concept, we can answer. We talked about models of communication, barriers to communication, short question, and there are types of communication, types of personal, intrapersonal, group communication, mass communication, and very important, classroom communication. So see, these are all the things that we are supposed to focus on, which short questions will come. Barriers of communication, when we communicate to some people. See, now I am communicating to you, there are some barriers, like we have some issues with technical things, right? We have some kind of a technical issue problem, so that will be some kind of a barrier. So you will be having a delayed communication. Some of them may be distracted or disturbed, right? So but we have to overcome, right? So next topic is on reading comprehension, right? Reading comprehension, what we have to do is we have to understand the concept, right? It will not come on the day of exam. Some people will say, okay, reading comprehension, we will go direct to the exam and we read, we will answer all the 5 questions. Not some cases, most of the time it will not help us, because we will be in some kind of a pressure, we will be in some kind of a stress, right? At that time we cannot go and we cannot do in such a way. For reading comprehension, what we have to do is we have to keep on practicing by reading the passage. Regular reading habit is must. Regular reading habit is must. For that I am telling you, one day, one RC. One day, one RC. Here the main concept is we have to understand how the context, how the content is given, what important words have been given, where the emphasis has been done. All those things we are supposed to be concentrate. It will not come at the end of the day of the exam. We have to do regular practice, and then only we can do reading comprehension then. So when we do regular practice, right, we can understand the concept. We can do some kind of, what is the skimming and scanning is, in some questions that in that word will be emphasized. So when we catch that word in the passage, we can get the answers around the 2 or 3 lines. Yes, yes. So that will come only by means of practice and analytical thinking. When in some questions, if you see, though we catch the word, though we catch a sentence, there will be some kind of a twist they would have done in the question. For that we have to think a little, right? We have to think. So right, so then time management, very very important. We should not take 15 minutes for doing our RC. 15 minutes for RC, that's all. Out of 60 minutes, if I take 15 minutes for RC, everything will be gone. So we have to make it as quick as 7 minutes. So for that we have to read more. We have to make a regular practice of reading. So when we practice PYQs, right, of reading comprehension, it is not necessary on UGC net. There are many places where reading comprehension is being a part of a test. We can get questions over the Google, right? So there we can do reading comprehension. Okay, right, right. Next, when I moved, next is a very important concept, mathematical reasoning and aptitude. This is not a vast area, but area where we are supposed to cover some important sure shot questions will come. There are some sure shot questions will come these areas like averages, time and work, time and speed, number and letter series. Sure shot questions. So out of 5, we will be getting some 3 questions from these areas. Sure shot. If you go and take the previous year questions, right, we will be having a question from average. We will be having a question from either from speed time or from work time. And we will be having a question from number series. One question from number series is must. One number series or letter series will be must. And one more thing is coding, decoding. I left to write coding and decoding. Coding and decoding. Clear? Coding and decoding is the must area where we will be getting questions. Okay, right. So, okay, there is a comment, ma'am, my problem is mostly there are statement questions and options, right? See, that is a trap actually. Giving statement based questions is a trap. Why? Because when we see the whole screen with full of words, right, we will be getting disturbed. What's this very big question? We have to understand what each and every word is telling. For that we need practice, right? If they give anything about average, if they give anything about average, we have to know what is average. They'll be giving in different word forms, different vocabularies. So we are supposed to understand that vocabulary and then we have to answer the question. I'm telling you again, we need some kind of practice is enough to overcome all these issues. Don't get panic. With few practice, with few tactics, we can definitely do it. Okay, so these are the areas where we need to concentrate on doing the PYQs and doing the formulas, and we can also go to some kind of CAT based question, SSC based questions. My observation is in these days we are getting max question, data interpretation and all from bank exams, right? If you have reference, okay, we can go for bank exams portal and there we can attend the DI for practice, right? So bank exams, SSCs, CAT exam, from these kind of exams there are some DIs, right? If we practice those DIs, definitely we will be able to crack. We will be able to crack. Okay, right. So next, when we move to logical reasoning, very interesting, but sometimes because of not understanding the concept, we lack with understanding the concept in these areas because we have not studied in our school, in our college. in our research we have not studied, right? So here we will feel little bit worried. There are some sure short questions will come from fallacy, from Indian logic, square of opposition, put 100 important. Put 100 important. Definitely we will get question. No change. Definitely we will be getting questions from square of opposition, A, E, I, O. Right? So there are some basic hierarchy what we have to know for square of opposition, and if you know that basic, that will take you easily, that will take you very easily. And here are the arguments. Arguments are nothing but, there in research we studied deductive, inductive, right? Similarly here also have the same concept of deductive argument, inductive argument, and another argument called abductive argument. So we will study what are all these things. What do you know what is deductive? Who is deductive? Who is deductive? Just for you should not be get panic, right? Who is deductive? What he does? Who is deductive? What he does? Deductive. James Bond. James Bond. What he does? No, general to particular and all. I am not asking general to particular, general to specific. Just tell me who is detective, what he does. What he does, what a detective does is, he will be having all the things with himself, right? And he finds to a particular thing. He will just get into it and he will find this is the thing. This is the thing. So that is detective's jobs, right? Similarly here in detective also he does everything, every points will be there, every argument will be there, and he will just get into the point and he will say this is the point, and he will conclude this is, either it may be true and he will say this is true or this is false, just he will say, right? So that is what we call what? Detective. So in logical reasoning, when we understand in our literal way, we will be able to relate with a concept. Okay, so the words only will be difficult. Sometimes it will be a Sanskrit word, sometimes it will be a Latin word in fallacy, right? Argumentum ad misericordium, argumentum ad ignortium. There are some Latin words which makes us panic. What is this huge word? When we get into the, and when you understand the word, right, you will say this is what they have given in such a big way, you will understand, right? So when we know the meaning for those words, when we understand what is all these things, this area will the most scoring unit. This will be the most scoring unit when we understand what is what. Because see, it is works with the logic. Everybody have a logic, right? Every one of us have logic. We have a logical thinking. When we trigger it out slightly, we can do something with this unit. Definitely. Only thing that wraps, we have some kind of a Sanskrit words, some big English words which we have not come across. So when we learn, definitely we can do. Fallacy, definitely one question will come. Square of opposition, one question will come. Indian logic, one question will come. Without understanding the concept, we cannot attend that statement based question or sentence based question or match the following. Okay, so when we do it properly, when we prepare it properly, when we understand the concept properly, definitely we can crack. Okay, I think this area we need to focus more, because why? We not having that much of proper input to be received, so that we can understand the concepts, right? So I am taking this unit as my this unit and DI as my first area, so that I can give more input to you, so that you will have time to recollect or think or attempting questions, so that my target is on this area. Because when we do it, when we prepare it correct way, definitely we can crack question from this area, right? Okay, very good. So next we move to data interpretation. Most as I said, one day one DI, as we all do, right? We take bath, we take food. Similarly, we have to do one day one DI. Only by practice this can be done. 3 important concepts, not more than that. We have 3 important concepts, right? Ratio, proportion, average, percentage. These 3 concepts will be there in our DI. We have different types of tables, we have different types of graphs there, we have line graph, we have line, we have bar, okay, we have plot, we have so many different types of graphs are there, and tables are there, but usually we get questions only from tables. And now they are promoted, NTA has promoted to giving missing values. They are giving missing values and we have to refill, and they are giving some note under the table, and then we have to understand, and then we have to interpret, and we have to write into the table, right? So in filling all those things, right, we are supposed to be good with these three concepts: ratio, proportion, average, percentage. And one basic thing is your addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Very must. Simple addition, simple subtraction, simple multiplication, simple division. This is must. So with this concept we are supposed to be good with ratio. Very easy actually, right? It's very easy. When you take average is also, we can do it. When we take percentage, we all do with problems daily on DA, okay? We will do it. At the last I will get your opinion how to go through, okay? So percentage, how to handle percentage, we will see now. So data interpretation, when we practice one day on DI, with these three concepts good, definitely we can do 5 out of 5. Definitely 5 out of 5 with the regular practice. Have a separate notebook with your pen, pencil, rubber. Definitely we can do it. Okay, right. Next one. This is a sample I have taken here, but I will do it at the last. How to do? See, there are some unfilled columns. See, there are some unfilled columns. See, these are the columns that we are supposed to fill, and then we have to find the answer. Okay, so just I will tell you this point alone, so that you will be having, oh, that's that easy it is, you will have an understanding. So see, there is a village here. We have a total population given, and the distribution of male, female and transgender is given, right? So we have to fill this. How this can be filled out is, there are how many villages? 5 villages, A, B, C, D, E, 5 villages, and there are population of individual villages given, and in each village there are given male, female and transgender have been given. So I'll just give you for only one thing, right? So that you can understand. That simple it is, right? See, A is given, and in A there are 12,000 population, and they have given, out of this 12,000, 46% are male. Out of this 12,000, I don't know how many female are there, I put X percentage. Okay, female. Out of this 12,000, 22% are transgender. See, it is 12,000, right? In A village, only in A village. Then this population can be written as what? 100%. This can be written as what? 100%, right? You know how I got this 100? You know how I got this 100? Whenever I say A, it's a single village, it has 12,000, so it has 100%. This 100% is distributed as 46 x 22. Can you please tell me what is the value of x now? Can you please tell me how is the value of x now? I am waiting. Yeah, super. What will the value? It is not 46, 22, 32. You have to write 46, 32, 22. 46, 32, 22. You will do mistake there then. 46, 32, 22. That's all. So here we have how much? 32% of female. Yes. So very good. I'm getting answers. 32. So when I want to when they ask you a question, how many male are there in this A village A? How we will do? 46% of male is there in village A. So 46 divided by 100 into total population. The total population is 12,000. So when I cancel this thing, right, 0, 46 and 12, 55. That's all. This is the male population. I'm just giving an example how to find out the value. Clear? So similarly we can fill all these things. And we can attempt the questions. To attempt the questions, we are supposed to be good with percentage, because all the problem will have the concept of percentage, or it will be having the concept of ratio. I'll be explaining you how to do ratio, how to do percentage in the upcoming classes, because it will take a separate class, right? So I'll tell you in the upcoming classes. So I hope you are clear how easy it is, right? But see, giving so big tables and all, they are just making us into trap. Am I right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Am I right? Am I right? Clear? Yes? Yes? Yes. They are putting into a trap so that we will not, we will get frightened and we'll leave our time, right? It all will happen. Very good, super. Am I clear with the points which I am telling you till now? Am I clear with my points which I am telling you till now? Are you okay with these things? Yes? Thumbs up? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes? Yes. Clear? Very good. Thank you. Thank you. So these are the questions, right? See how simple question it is. Find the difference between the male population in village E and the female population in village D. See how simple question. Difference between the male population. Come to male population in village E. It is not given. Okay, I have to find out. Very good. And go female population in village D. Village D, where is village D? Village D. It's also not given. Okay, fine. So you have to minus 100 minus 56, right? It will be giving me 44. So 44 here. And here when you take 55, this is 45. So I have to find out what? Village E minus D. So 45 divided by 100 into 25,000. This is of what? Village E. When I take for village D, how much it will take? 44 divided by 100, I'm sorry, into 24,000. Yes. So when we equate the answer, something will come here. When I subtract both those things, the answer will be there. How simple it is, right? So there are some questions. This will come only by practice. When we do regular practice of doing these things, we'll get. Will you be able to get? Definitely, for sure, 5 out of 5 when we practice regularly all these concepts. I'm challenging. Okay, right. So next I move to ICT. I don't want to focus more here today on DI. There are many other things I have to tell you. ICT. So when we come to ICT, right, as computer science students, we think that we know everything. We think we are aware of everything. But there are some areas, right, where very small thing will be there. We will do mistake. When we will do mistake in converting a binary to decimal or decimal to binary. When they have given a fraction, right, we do a stupid mistake we will be doing. Yes, we think we know everything, we know computer science, we are a computer science student. In that mindset we will be there, but we will do a simple, silly mistake. I still remember my mistake which I have done. One time there was a question. I used to tell my friends and my students too. What mistake is? Which memory resides in processor? This is the question. Which memory resides in processor? What is the answer for this question? Which memory resides in processor? Which memory? The answer for the question is registers, right? We have the memory hierarchy. Right? RAM. Chetan, I also did the same mistake. I also put RAM and I got 2 marks gali. Right? It is register. Right? Oh, very good. There are many people like me. Thank you. Register. This is cache memory. This is your RAM and ROM. And then comes your secondary memory. Simple mistake. We thought we are computer science student, but at that time moment we will do mistake. This we will have in COA too, right? In computer organization and architecture also we have the same concept. Right? We do simple mistake and then we will feel, oh, yo, what's a simple mistake we have done? We have lost 2 marks. Somebody will say, ma'am, I've lost by 4 questions. I lost by 2 questions. Somebody there, 1 question they have lost. With the 2 marks they have lost. When we go and check our question paper, we will find out where all we have done mistake. That too, as computer science, I'm just stressing in all those things. We are supposed to be good with conversion, bit and byte, all the abbreviation, better abbreviations. No problem. For us, it will not take a long time because we know we understand, right? So understand, right? Right, it's the fastest memory, yes, right. But at that moment, we do a mistake. It happens there. And chronology for with respect to computers, with respect to generations, with respect to innovations that we have to remember. And one important thing is tools. What are all the tools that we use? Okay, tools, aids that we did in teaching aptitude, right? So similarly, here also we are supposed to have, and we are supposed to do with computers. Supercomputers have been the question. Hierarchy, I said right, memory hierarchy, there's a question. And we have question from protocols. We have questions from protocols. These are all the latest pattern questions, ma. These are all very latest pattern question. And we have full form. Moodle has got the full form. And last time I think so there we got a full form from similar kind of a question. Similar kind of a question. We had a full form which we use regularly. I just don't remember the question. Yes, which question asked TRB 2016 engineering colleges? Yes, right. But at that moment we did a mistake. Moment and CAPTCHA. Yes, CAPTCHA. I remember. CAPTCHA. TCHA. CAPTCHA. CAPTCHA. This question this time asked in our computer science major, right? So memories of computer, this we have to cover. And here we have a hacking. We are supposed to be good with cyber security. We are supposed to be good with cyber security, right? There are some agency which govern the cyber security, which under Ministry of Electronics, right? We have to go through the Electronics Information Ministry and go through what all the agencies are there under this ICT ministry, so that we will be having a better understanding. And then we are supposed to be attacks, cyber attacks. What are the like phishing, spoofing, right? Your worm, your virus, Trojan horse, logic bombs, all those things we have to have. And digital initiatives, very very important. Digital initiatives. And if you go and visit a UGC website, right? If you go and visit a UGC website, there is a topic digital initiative. There is a link for digital initiatives. So when we go there and we click, all kind of digital initiatives can be, the details can be get from there, like Swayam Prabha, right? E-Pachal, E-PG Pachal, E-Kalpa, E-Vidwan. Then there are so many, talk to a teacher, right? There are so many things. ABC, Academic Bank of Credits. There are so many things are there, initiatives are there in higher education. We are supposed to go through all these things. No need to go for many websites. When we go for UGC website, there are digital initiative. Link is there. When we click there, all the things will be listed down, and in every link it will be taken to concern websites, right? So when we sit for something, definitely we can do it. Okay, okay, right? So please. Acharya, yes, right, Acharya. There are so many initiatives which are there, but we can do it because we are all going through all these things. We are going through in our college, we are hearing all these terminologies, right? We have, with respect to research, we have Shodh Ganga, Shodh Suddhi, Shodh Sindhu, Shodh Gangotri. All these things are digital initiatives which we are doing. It comes here and also in research aptitude. Yes, yes. Please kindly note down the points which I am telling you, which will be very useful to you. You can understand which topics you are good, where you do mistake, where we have to overcome, we can go through, right? Very good. Next, big topic, people development and environment. It's not a big topic, but rather than we can say this topic will be changing. There are some areas we have to keep remember the years. We are supposed to keep remember the years. We have to memory. We have to targets. We have to memory because it changes, right? It changes. So we have to remember the targets, but there are few areas which will get sure short questions. There are SDG, MDG, biomass, right, energy. COP25 has been old, but COP25 we have a question there in the latest pattern. Disaster management, Montreal Protocol, green hydrogen, Kyoto Protocol, right? So these are all the topics where we get sure short questions. At least we can score. ISA, nowadays this topic has been very important. Solar energy consumption, solar energy, what is it? Solar efficiency, how we produce, what is the target, where the headquarters in Gurugram, right? All those things we are supposed to remember, right? But these are all easy things to remember. So there are some areas which we can focus, and it is we can get 3 out of 5. Sometimes if we have luck, there will be some questions which which you have studied in your biology or environmental studies in your college, in your UG or in your 12th standard. If you have a good memory power, definitely we can clear. One time I got a question from flocculation, right? That's a chemistry based question. Okay, so when we get such kind of questions, we can definitely do it. Okay, so there are important like MDG, SDG, very important. We have a topic like anthropogenic, man-made pollution, anthropogenic activities that we can cover, right? We can have these things. For all these things, we can write the one-page notes, and what is the target, which ministry it comes around. Okay, some important points around. We can make a short notes. We can stick it on a wall or your notebook. We can make revision. And this Environmental Protection Act is very important, and it is very easy to revise also. If you do proper mind mapping and if you do proper notes, this area will be a good to score. That's from there only we can get this 3 marks. Sorry, 3 questions right. 3 questions right. Water treatment and all, yes, it's all important topics, but as we have 75 days, right? So we can concentrate on the sure short questions where the questions will come. So we'll get good score, right? So next goes to higher education system. G20, yes, right. They'll be asking questions from current trend. In this, as I said, right, it is dynamic, right? So we are supposed to be focused on G20, very good. Yes, G20. Next comes to higher education system. NEP, if we like or not like, it's a big topic. It has so many sections inside. No problem. There are many short notes of all the important things are there in the new education policy, which we can do it, right? Under I love higher education system because, right, why? It talks about the ancient education. It talks about the government schemes related to education. It talks about the pre-independence and post-independence. What all the universities and colleges have been built, pre and post will be there. And we have some kind of oriental kind of institutes, like we focus on music, Sanskrit, such kind of language based oriental institutes, right? Traditional institutes will be there. And a very important concept is our new education policy. Okay, so we are supposed to be here some things will be done in your ICT and something will be there in higher education. Some concepts will be overlapped here, right? And sure short questions from universities are there. Ancient universities, right? From Nalanda University, Takshashila, Vikramshila, right? All these important terms are there, so we can attempt Takshila. Okay, and we have some Vikramshila. So there are some important universities where we have questions from. We are supposed to do it, right? And current affairs with respect to higher education, I said, right? Policies, ministries details, and some portals details. Such kind of questions can be asked in this area, which we have to, when UGC has been developed, there are some agencies like, not agency, bodies like, see, we have UGC, we have AICTE, we have CBSE, right? We have CAB, Central Advisory Board of Education. we have IUC, Inter-University Center, we have a DEB, Distant Education Bureau, and we have Bar Council for medical colleges, and we have for law colleges, right? There are many bodies. We have some statutory, non-statutory bodies are there. We have NAC, right? We have NAC, and we have what are the other things? We have NAC. What are the another one? We have for what is that? MBA institution, right? So for all those things. Okay, so all these things we are supposed to have in mind, which year they have developed, what is the role of them, what are the characteristics, and sometimes they will be asking what all the branches are there. So over the time when we keep on revising, discussing with your friends, definitely we can do it. See, when we learn something, try to share with your friends. Don't be have with yourself alone. When we share with our friends, when we discuss with somebody, we can also remember, we can also recall. Definitely when we share, it's MBA, right? MBA, National Board of Accreditation, very good, National Board of Accreditation. Okay, so when we share with your friends only, we can recollect. That is a major thing that we require when we prepare for competitive exam. Only having something in our mind and studying will not help us. But we have to discuss, we have to go through a combined study, so that we can definitely crack it, right? Definitely when we share something, that will not go for granted, that will be a blessing for us. It will comes back to us, definitely it will be comes back to us as a blessing. Don't worry, when we share something, we have to share. When we share, we will definitely get something. When we share good things, we will get back good things. When we share good things, definitely we will be getting good things. There is no doubt at all. So try to share more things with your friends, so you will also learn more things. Definitely we can do, right? So just I'll giving you some few examples of the latest trend, latest exams, right? See, these are all the philosophers. How we will do it later, okay? Just I'm showing how the question was. So I told, right, evaluation will be having diagnostic, summative, norm-based criterion. There is a new one called is ipsative assessment. Ipsative means when I am doing a test, I am comparing my test with my previous performance. How I did before, now how I have done. So that will be evaluated. It's called ipsative test. A process of comparing a student's performance against his or her previous performance. This current year question, June, I think, June. Okay, June question. Okay. So these are the questions like this. We will be getting questions from paper 1. So I would wish to focus on DI. Hey, why? Because I told you one day, one DI, right? So I hope I've given you the enough glimpse of paper 1, where you have done mistakes, where we will be doing mistake, which one we have to overcome, which one can be rectified when we do regular practice. I hope you have got an idea, right? I hope you have got an idea where you did mistake, right? So when we practice one day, one DI, we'll be getting here 5 out of 5. Don't have a minimum score. I'll getting 3, 2, 1. Don't have minimum score. Always try to have a maximum score. When my father will be telling, right, don't aim for getting 80 marks. If I aim for 80 marks, definitely I'll be getting some 65. Try to aim for 100 marks. What is there in having a big objective, right? Try to aim for 100 marks, you'll be getting 85 or something. It's good, right? But aiming for 80, getting 65 is little bad. So you aim for 100. Don't aim for 60, 50 and all. So aim for 5 out of 5 in DI. You will score 5 out of 5. Okay. At same thing, there is an RC. Aim for 5 out of 5. Do regular practice. You'll be getting 5 out of 5. There are some concepts, there are some areas where you can score. As we are computer science students, many of computer science students, we can focus on ICT to get 5 out of 5. Focus. As we are all teachers, right, we can score on teaching aptitude 5 out of 5. Some people as teachers, we also do research, so we will be good in research aptitude too. Try to get 5 out of 5. These are all easy, short questions we can get. And see, here itself it comes 25 questions. Then there are some areas like mathematical reasoning, right? Try to get some 3 out of 5. right? Then logical reasoning, okay. Logical reasoning, as I said, if you are good with your concepts, you'll be getting 5 out of 5. Minimum to the minimum will be getting 4. I challenge you. If you're good with the concepts, understand the concepts properly. And there are concepts higher education. As we are all working in higher education, if you are good with the concepts, if you are good, important topics are there. If we cover, right, we'll be getting some 5 to 3 out of 5. 5 to 3 out of 5, right. And next we go to what topics missing? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. What topic missing? Communication. Yes, communication too. There are some 3 questions. Definitely we can get 5 out of 5 to 3 out of 5. Definitely we can get. Okay, the last one will be your PDE. I'm sorry for writing in the last. I'm sorry, I left some space there. In PDE, have a minimum of 35. Okay, minimum of 35. You just add down everything. Okay, you just add down everything. Have this minimum 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 7 35 38 41. See, calculate 2 2 2 42 plus 42 plus. Am I right? So definitely we can score if we do in such. Okay, right. If we boost our paper 1 score, obviously our paper 2 score will be high. Many of them can get JRF, many of them can get NET. Please try to go for JRF, do your research with government funding, and then go for your teaching profession. Right, many of us miss the opportunity of doing your research because lack of awareness, right? We have lack of awareness, we miss our age, we miss the opportunity, many of us have missed the opportunity, right? So don't miss the opportunity. Many youngsters are there, right? Many 25 plus are there. Try to get the JRF, do your research, then go for professorship. We have a bright future. We are going to do many things to the student community. So we can do much things. Share your things, share your knowledge. We can get back the knowledge only. Okay, share the things, share your knowledge. Don't put too much of stress on your mind. Okay, do it with a jolly mind. Definitely we can do things. So with this thing, I would like to go with the DI and LR. Hence, we don't have that much of content with DI and LR, that too for LR. So I would like to focus on DI and LR, right? So madam will ask you for a poll, which one we can go and what plan we can move will be conveyed you through madam, right? So that based on that we will travel. Okay, if you have any doubts you can post. I hope the class would have been useful to you. Yes. JRF relaxation for women candidate is 35. JRF relaxation is 35. For women it is 30 plus 5. General category 30 plus 5. Yes. This is my first attempt and hope it's last attempt for this. Yes, sure. Anything you need to ask? I can ask. Okay. Thank you so much for staying in live. I'm very happy. Okay, don't stop teaching. Rainy situations, my humble request to you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So hope we will be telling you when the next class will be starting and how the timing will be the same. Okay, we will let you know about all the things. Thank you. How much I scored in paper 1? One time I scored 66 and one time I scored 74. 72 or 74 something one time. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Thank you. Thank you. Not able to see the questions. Questions we will discuss. Just a sample questions which I gave you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Good night. Good night, everyone.